Welcome to our video discussing the tragic events that occurred on the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride at Disneyland in 2003. This beloved amusement park attraction took a devastating turn, resulting in the loss of one life and injuring several others. Today, we will dive into the details of what happened, the causes of the incident, and the aftermath that followed. Join us as we explore this heartbreaking story and its impact on Disneyland's safety regulations. The 5th of September 2003 started like any other day at Disneyland. The air was filled with excitement and anticipation as families eagerly made their way to the Big Thunder Mountain roller coaster, eager to experience the thrill of the ride. However, what should have been a fun day out turned into a tragedy that would shock the world. Marcelo Torres, a 22-year-old thrill-seeker, had just boarded the roller coaster, anticipating an adrenaline rush like no other. But as the ride began, disaster struck. Marcelo was thrown from the ride and tragically lost his life. In what would become one of the park's most infamous cases of death. The incident sent shockwaves through the park and beyond, with sadness and grief quickly turning to anger as investigators released shocking information that revealed the tragedy could have been prevented entirely. Disneyland's reputation was forever tarnished, and safety regulations were changed in response to this tragedy. Today, the memory of Marcelo Torres lives on as a reminder of the importance of safety in theme parks. The incident serves as a sobering reminder that fun and excitement should never come at the cost of safety. This is the story of death at Disneyland, the tragic loss of Marcelo Torres, and the impact it had on the theme park industry. Marcelo Torres was more than just a victim of a tragic incident at Disneyland. He was a son, a friend, a student, and a passionate artist with a bright future ahead of him. Born in Torrance, California, to parents James and Carmen Torres on August 30th, 1981, Marcelo was raised to be a good and obedient child. His friends described him as a kind-hearted and responsible individual who never strayed from his values. After completing high school in Arizona, Marcelo pursued his dream of becoming an animator and enrolled at Brooks College in Long Beach, California. It was there he met Vicente Gutierrez, who became his business associate and best friend. Marcelo's passion for art followed him throughout his life, and he was determined to make a name for himself in the industry. On September 5, 2003, Marcelo and Vicente, along with their friends Christina Becker and Shannon Zinder, visited Disneyland for a day of fun and an adventure. Little did they know that their trip would end in tragedy. After enjoying a few other rides, the group decided to go to the Big Thunder Mountain roller coaster. This decision would prove to be fatal for Marcelo. Today, Marcelo's memory lives on through his family and friends who remember him as a talented artist with a kind and gentle soul. Though his life was cut short, his legacy serves as a reminder to cherish every moment and to always strive for our dreams. The Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is one of Disneyland's most beloved and iconic rides, but its history is not without controversy. Designed by Tony Baxter and Bill Watkins, the ride opened on September 2nd, 1979 and quickly became a fan favorite. With a top speed of 58 kilometers per hour and a track length of 2,671 feet, the roller coaster features Western themes and is considered one of the tamer rides in the park. Despite its popularity, the ride has not been without its safety concerns. In 1998, a 5-year-old boy was seriously injured on the ride when his foot became wedged between the car and the platform. As a result, his left foot has to be amputated. The incident led to increased safety regulations and changes to the ride's safety restraints. The roller coaster consists of 5 trains, each with a locomotive at the front that is purely for show. While the ride does not feature any significant drops or inversions, it moves rapidly and has a lot of dips and tight corners that provide thrills for riders of all ages. Despite the tragic incident that occurred on the ride in 1998 and the later incident involving Marcelo Torres in 2003, the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad remains a beloved and popular attraction at Disneyland. Its detailed backstory and Western themes continue to capture the imaginations of visitors from all over the world. The incident that occurred on September 5, 2003, Disneyland's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad would forever change the safety regulations at the park. On that fateful day, Marcelo Torres and his friends were excited to experience the thrill of the ride. Marcelo sat in the front, next to Facente Gutierrez, with Christina and Shannon behind them. However, the tragedy struck when the locomotive in front of Marcelo and Facente derailed just 1/3 into the ride, causing a violent chain reaction. The wheels of the derailed locomotive slammed into the brakes on the floor between the rails, causing the rear of the locomotive to rise and its nose to dip down. As a result, the front of the locomotive struck the brake for the back, causing it to shoot upwards towards the ceiling of the tunnel. The locomotive then slammed into the tunnel roof before crashing down onto the first passenger car, which was carrying Marcelo and his friends. The impact was so severe that it crushed the fiberglass and metal frame of the car, and the entire weight of the locomotive came crashing down on top of Marcelo. His chest was crushed and his body was pinned to the seat, causing his death. The incident shocked the world and resulted in Disneyland changing its safety regulations entirely. It was discovered that the accident could have been prevented entirely, and the park was held responsible for the tragedy. Marcelo Torres' death would forever leave a stain on Disneyland's reputation, and his family would never be the same. The warning light was ignored by the ride operators, who continued to allow guests to ride the roller coaster without properly addressing the issue. In addition, it was discovered that the ride had been experiencing other issues too, including a problem with the axle on the locomotive that had been reported and not adequately addressed. These findings led to a public outcry and an investigation by the California Division of Occupational Safety and Health. As a result, Disneyland was fined $18,000 for 6 violations of state safety regulations. The death of Marcelo Torres was a tragedy that could have been prevented if proper safety protocols had been followed. It was a wake-up call for Disneyland and other amusement parks across the world to take safety regulations seriously and prioritize the well-being of their guests. Marcelo's friends and family were left devastated by his untimely death, and his memory serves as a reminder of the importance of ensuring the safety of all park visitors. The incident has also become a cautionary tale for anyone who might be tempted to overlook warning signs or neglect safety procedures. The incident on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was a tragic event that resulted in the death of Marcelo Torres and injuries to several other guests. The investigation into the incident revealed that there were problems with the ride leading up to the incident, and that these issues were known by Disneyland and the ride operators but were not addressed. The mechanical failure that caused the incident was ultimately blamed on inadequate maintenance and training of ride operators. The Torres family's decision to sue Disneyland for wrongful death was a difficult but necessary one, as they sought to hold Disneyland accountable for their son's death and ensure that changes were made to prevent similar incidents in the future. The settlement they received provided some measure of justice, but they recognized that no amount of money could ever truly compensate for the loss of their son. Their decision to donate a portion of the settlement to provide scholarships for aspiring animators was a testament to Marcelo's passion for animation and his love for Disney. It was a way for the Torres family to honor their son's memory and support others who shared these dreams. Disney took full responsibility for the tragic incident on the Big Thunder Mountain ride that claimed Marcelo Torres' life and injured 10 others. The ride reopened in 2004 with improved safety measures, and there have been no further incidents. However, Marcelo's death serves as a haunting reminder of the importance of following and maintaining safety regulations. Thank you for watching this video. It's important to remember the consequences of ignoring safety regulations and to hold those responsible accountable for their actions. Our thoughts go out to the Torres family and all those affected by this devastating event. Let's continue to prioritize safety in all aspects of our lives and work towards preventing similar tragedies from happening in the future.